Hi, have you ever copied something in your app and later decided you wanted to make one tweak to it, but then you would have to go into every single copy and make that change? Or have you ever had a set of existing controls that you wanted to reuse across every screen of your app? Well, thanks to your feedback and the tireless work of program managers, engineers, designers, and researchers, and everybody on the PowerApps team, we're very pleased to bring to you reusable components. You can think of reusable components as a set of controls that you define one time, and you can use it across your app as many times as you want, on as many screens as you want. That's powerful. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you some basic terminology that you'll come across in the rest of the videos in this series. I'll be using an example of a component that has up and down arrows for a mobile device where you don't always want to call up the keyboard. We'll start with the definition. Components can be located in the tree view beside screens. Here you can insert all the controls that would belong to a component. I have a text input field and two icons as part of this component. It's called a definition because you can define custom properties of all the different types that you're used to. Text, values, numbers, colors, records, and even tables. More on that in a later video. If I were to return to the canvas, I can insert the component as many times as I would like. Each copy is called an instance. Here I have 4 instances, and if I were to go back to the component definition and make one change to it, say I changed the filled color to green, that change would be committed and visible across every single instance. Each instance of a component has its own scope. This means that even though I used a variable to determine the number that comes out of this component, the value of that variable is different for each instance. So adjusting the value of 1 doesn't affect the other copies of this component. But it gets even better than that. Each one of these instances has its own version of the properties. So I might increment the first component by 1, I might increment the second one by 10, the third by 25, and maybe the fourth one by a fraction of 1. And if I were to play that, you could see that the behavior of each of these components is different for each one. So that's just a brief overview of the components and some of the terminology that you'll come across in this video series. The component definition, the different properties that you can define, the different instances of a component, as well as each of the scopes of those instances.